What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back, or welcome to the channel. I'm Brian, and today, finally, after so long, I am starting The Sopranos. Oh man, I can't believe I've gone this long in life without ever seeing it. I've never really been like a mob lover. Like, anytime like a movie or a show that revolves around that sort of thing drops, I've never been like, I gotta go see it. Now, I do enjoy those types of movies and shows. One of my favorites is Casino. Great freaking movie. I just never got around to this. I mentioned at some point that growing up, we weren't allowed to have HBO. We were young, so I never could sit down and watch it at my own house. I know my cousin and that side of the family was obsessed with the show. Like, they would religiously sit down every time it came out, a new episode, and watch it. I think I maybe sat down for one or two episodes with them, but I had no clue what was going on. I was way too young to even understand everything, and two, I wasn't watching along, so I had no clue what was even going on in the show, even if I could understand everything. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to get into this one. Long overdue. So yeah, today starts this journey, and I'm pumped. Now, I don't know anything about the show except for the biggest spoiler. I know about the ending. I saw stuff about it online throughout the years, how this was a very divisive ending, and most people hated it, the whole cut to black thing. But aside from that, like, yeah, it's a big spoiler, but it doesn't give anything away except that I know Tony Soprano is alive during the final episode, and it's, from what I understand, it's up to us to decide, like, was he about to get killed, or what happened at that cut to black. From what I've seen about that, I could be wrong, but yeah, I do know he survives the series at least. And yeah, other than that, I know nothing about the show, except way back in the day when I used to work for a pool company, I did meet one of the guys on it, Al Sapienza. So yeah, I was talking to him, and I had no clue who he was, and he's like, yeah, you may know me from The Sopranos. I was like, nope, I'm a terrible Italian, I've never watched it. But being that I'm a huge nerd, I was like, oh, wait a second. You were, and this was back when The Flash just came out on CW. I was like, you were the detective that died in the pilot episode. He's like, that you know me from? So, yeah, I mean, I've heard amazing things. It's up there with some of the best, must-watch TV ever produced. So, definitely excited to get into this one. If you guys enjoy today's video, I'd appreciate if you could drop a like, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the pilot episode of The Sopranos. Oh yeah, this is old. Yeah, and I do know, like going to Giants games over the years, my boys would always be like, oh yeah, let's hit up there's a club right by Giants Stadium that apparently they did a lot of filming for this show there. I just hope that this wasn't so overhyped for me throughout the years, but I have a feeling that it won't be. Considering I grew up like hour and a half from where a lot of this was shot, Be curious to see if I recognize any places. This feels like a therapist office.
Mr. Soprano?
Yeah, this is definitely a therapist. Also, from what I understand, he's like very high up in the mafia. So, curious. It's like some like analyze this situation.
And they sent me here.
You don't agree that you had a panic attack?
Mandated therapy.
Waste management consultant.
That's the like iconic trope.
Look, it's impossible for me to talk to a psychiatrist.
Involved with waste management.
Any thoughts at all on why you blacked out?
It's good to be in something from the ground floor. I came too late for that. I know. But lately, I'm getting the feeling that I came in at the end.
Okay, so this does take place in same time frame of when it was filmed. So yeah, Mafia, definitely not what it used to be this time.
A couple months before all this, these 2 wild ducks landed in my pool. It was amazing.
I would definitely do something like that.
My daughter's friend was here to drive my daughter,
Love
Meadow,
animals.
to school.
Meadow, your father with those ducks.
I know, the whole yard smells like duck poo. It's like embarrassing.
I've got a family of deer that just had a bunch of babies in my backyard. One of the babies came like 5 feet from me the other day.
Female duck just made a home in your pool and did it.
I'm not gonna hurt you, little buddy. But yeah, eventually just took off. Maybe one of these days I'll be able to befriend them.
Look, they're trying to fly.
National Geographic. Yeah,
Last year at
I
Aspen,
wonder
saw
if this
Steve-
whole
oh,
series
it's
is
closest from
him
where
in
I sit.
therapy,
Oh my God.
recounting
Meadow, we made a
everything
deal.
going on in his
You keep your
life.
school- Birdman, hello?
Back the good
come
old
on, from
days
work.
when you wanted to learn about something,
talking about work.
pick up a book.
I drove to work with my nephew, Christopher. He's learning the business.
I was nauseous this morning. My mother told me I shouldn't even come in today.
Bear in mind, this is a kid who just bought himself a $60,000 Lexus.
That was 60 grand back then? Damn.
Back up.
That's got to be less than 6 grand today. But, yeah, that was the height of luxury then.
I don't know where this story is going. What you tell me here falls under doctor-patient confidentiality. If a patient comes to me and tells me a story where someone's going to get hurt,
So
I'm
he may
supposed to go
need
to the
to
authorities.
leave that part. Jesus, girl. He may not be able to talk about a murder. Or certain parts
You
about
said you were in waste
the business.
management. I don't know what happened with this fellow. I'm just saying.
What the hell's happening? He's working smarter, not harder. Oh, damn. Poor car.
You prick! Where's my fucking money? What are you doing? Get over here!
That's
Get over
$3,000 here. $3,000.
You should tell people I'm nothing compared to the people that used to run. You prick! Crying about HMO, huh? You're covered. You prick! Generous gambler.
That's another thing that isn't what it used to be. Healthcare.
Well, the site manager wants to renew his contract with Dick, but this call is sanitation.
God, he looks so young there.
Nationwide company. Fucking garbage business.
Yeah, I know. It's all changing.
Let me see what I can do.
Hey, Gabriela says we're down here for the gabagool.
The gabagool.
Let's say it.
Hey, T, let me ask you something.
Gabagoo.
And for you, sir?
I will have the gabagool.
What?
But down at the club, the word is your Uncle Junior is gonna whack Pussy Malanga.
Yeah, I was just talking about you. It's Anthony Jr.'s birthday dinner tonight, right?
Yeah. Don't buy him anything big. We overindulge him. Okay?
You know what it means for Arthur? One of these old mutts gets wet in here?
Yeah, doing his business.
You better sit down with your uncle.
When I was young, he told my girl cousins I would never be a varsity athlete, and frankly, that was a tremendous blow to my self-esteem.
open the door.
Man, why are you being short with her?
Jeez, Ma, get some air in here.
She's clearly not all right.
You want some lunch? I got eggplant.
No, I just ate.
Oh, that one.
Old
Think he ever
school,
comes
man.
to see his sister-in-law?
Nothing builds character more than having to flip through a 50-page CD book while driving. They're worried about texting and driving now.
I don't want it.
You know, you love music. All the old stuff's being reissued on CD. All your old favorites. Pajama Game, Connie Francis. Ma, you need something to occupy your mind. When Dad died, you're gonna do all kinds of things.
Oh, he was a saint.
Yeah, I know he was, but he's gone. I just worry about you.
And
That's...
don't start with that nursing home business again.
It's not a nursing home. How many times do I gotta say this? It's a retirement community. You just speak to Uncle Junior about Artie, okay? He respects you. He'll listen to you.
Daughters are better at taking care of their mothers than sons.
Yeah, and I bought CDs for a broken record.
Ouch. It's a cool line, though.
And that night was my son's birthday party. My wife invites the priest. He's always at the house.
So what, no f***ing ZD now?
Hey!
At first, it felt like
The kids are
ginger ale in my
flying the
skull.
coop. That's what set them off? The ducks leaving? I hate those machines.
But you might want some company.
Yeah. Think I got a brain tumor?
Well, we're gonna find out.
What a bedside manner. Very encouraging.
What, are you gonna not know?
It's a good question. Would you rather know or not know and just live out in ignorant bliss? I think I wouldn't want to know.
What's different between you and me is you're going to hell when you die.
It's a very supportive wife, no?
Emil, Cola.
Chris Moltisanti.
My Uncle Evgen doesn't know I came. But if we make any progress here tonight, I'll have to tell him. I'm not Polish.
Well,
That
Czechoslovakian, what's that? That's
hammer
a type
looks
of cola,
like it
right?
could
We came to this country
do
when I
some
was 9.
damage.
I went to West Essex.
Sugar booger. Or booger sugar. I was expecting the meat hammer thing to be the weapon of choice.
Who do you think you are? I'm the person who says how things go. That's who I think I am. Vesuvio is where pussy feels safe. He's been eating here all his life. Hey.
The hell is
Can
it?
we focus
He's not even
more
saying
on
don't
your
take out the
immediate
guy.
family?
Just don't do it in
My
someone's
wife and my
restaurant.
daughter were not getting along.
Oh, no. Jeez,
Oh, damn.
Louise.
Meadow? Do we have any, what do you call it, putty?
Don't give me that.
You snuck out! What's going on?
Terrible,
Locked my
terrible.
bedroom window on purpose so I get caught.
You're not going to Aspen with Hunter Scangarello. That's where you're not going.
Yes.
Anxiety attacks are legitimate psychiatric emergencies. Suppose you were driving and you passed out.
Whatever happened to Gary Cooper? The strong, silent type. So once they got Gary Cooper in touch with his feelings, that they wouldn't be able to shut him up. I understand therapy as a concept, but in my world, it does not go down.
Do you feel depressed?
Since the ducks left. I guess.
He's running down the garbage business. I just f***ing wet a guy to hold on to one of our stops.
He's not running it down. It's just getting hotter in New York.
I'm not gonna make that.
Come on. Louis Brazzi sleeps with the fishes.
Luca Brasi.
So what do you want to do?
He disappears. He never comes home. Got him? Take him to Staten Island, I'll cut him up.
I was about to say, so what are they gonna do? But he answered that for me.
It's very nice.
You know,
They got them on to visit the retirement center.
This is a nursing home.
This is a residence.
You're not listening.
No, Anthony, please.
Ah.
Breathe,
You think
Tony,
she's so
breathe.
high-and-mighty, don't you? It'll die.
If
You've come back for help. Don't look at that as a defeat.
Gotta be honest with you, I'm not getting any satisfaction from my work either. Used to be a guy got pinched, he took his prison joke no matter what. Everybody upheld the code of silence.
Well, with today's pharmacology, no one needs to suffer.
Here comes the Prozac.
The man does not have the money.
We ran the man over with the car, T himself.
The man has no wiggle room. He's bled dry. Artie with the restaurant. Get him out of town for 3 weeks. That way the restaurant closes. The hit has to go down someplace else.
He has his company start paying out phony claims to fake clinics we set up. Or he pays Hester 250 grand he owes him, which we know he cannot do.
How do
Hey,
you
garbage
get
is our bread and
a
butter.
$250,000 in gambling debt from the mob? That's just stupidity.
Since you were itty-bitty, Mom and Meadow get all dolled up, drive into New York Plaza Hotel for tea under Eloise's portrait.
I felt it was dumb since I was 8. I just go because you like it.
So keep going.
Meadow,
Damn.
you can't just
That's a
lie
sound I
and
haven't
cheat
heard in a
and
long
break
time.
the rules you don't like.
Artie, that's good. Hey! How are you?
All right, stir the meatballs.
Listen, I was wondering if you can help me out. When's the last time you got away? Took a little vacation?
Anthony.
Thank you. All right.
I wonder if he's gonna have someone stay to keep the place running. I mean, you can't just shut down a business for a week or two.
You cannot accept a gift like that from Tony Soprano. No way. It's bad enough that these mobsters still come in and patronize the place, okay?
But so what? We're not connected.
First class on a Norwegian steamship. Come on, Arthur. Somebody donated their kneecaps for those tickets.
Norwegian's a good line. You should go.
There's no way I can subvert
Done a
my
couple of
fucking
cruises
company.
Norwegian.
I'm so fucking depressed I can't eat, sleep.
You want Prozac?
Zoloft did similar. Whole new generation
About to
of
dangle him off the
antidepressants are
bridge.
supposed to be useful against compulsive behavior.
You do it or
That's a
we
shame.
drop you.
Hey, you want to go for a walk in the rocks?
The crotches, I can't.
Come on, it's beautiful out there. Come on.
And there go the witnesses.
That's right. What you were saying before, you know, with the MRIs.
Never got to the dangling part, but he knew what was coming. I think I've been there.
Tony, I just heard from Triborough Towers. The Kohler brothers withdrew their bid.
I can't. What are you talking about? We discussed this. You gotta leave town.
Was a good
This is
attempt.
unacceptable. I had an 8 o'clock reservation I made 2 weeks ago.
Sweetie pie.
He's got a side thing going on.
Hey.
Tony, where you going?
Hey. How are you?
Do you know who that was? I mean, obviously you do. What, is he a patient? Decorating tips. Yeah, right.
They're about to grab a table now.
Mr. Borglund, they're setting up your table right now.
Right at the restaurant.
The Stugats.
What? I know there is something more intimate between you and her.
Nothing intimate, we just talk.
Mr. Soprano, buonasera. Months we don't see you. Where you been? Signora Carmela. Da questa parte.
That's super scummy what he did, but props to the concierge. I mean,
days.
granted, he probably knows that if he were to blow up his spot, then he'd be sleeping with the fishies, but...
What are you doing?
Getting my wine in position to throw in your damn face.
You always with the drama, you. I'm on Prozac.
Oh my God.
I've been seeing a therapist.
Oh my God. I think that's great.
And you're the only person on this planet that I'm completely and totally honest with.
Oh, please. My own daughter hates me.
He doesn't hate you, Carl.
We were best friends.
Dad!
I brought you my Primavera. It's your favorite.
Who is it?
Christopher.
So it's gonna go down soon. Don't worry about it. I got a way to put it right to bed.
So, when do you need this body?
Right away. Way to go, Meadow!
Mom didn't come?
Didn't think you wanted her to. How's over there?
The sad mama, can't even come to her daughter's sports event. Dad, please talk to her, please. This is so stupid. Why are we sitting here?
Go out now and find me 2 guys that can put decent gratter on your bathtub.
It's actually really impressive. Everything's built like shit nowadays. Designed to fall apart, so you have to repair it or replace it and just continuously spend money. I actually had a guy come into the store the other day who is selling... That'll close the restaurant down for a bit. Okay. But yeah, he's selling his house that was passed down from like his great-grandfather. Built like late 1800s and still solid as a rock.
Hope comes in many forms.
Well, who's got time for that?
I kind of have a feeling this series will take place with him in the chair, reliving events.
I had a dream last night.
Again, I could be wrong, but it's the way it feels like it's moving.
And when I get it unscrewed, my penis falls off.
What?
Put it back on. And, I'm holding it up, and this bird swoops down, grabs it in its beak.
What else is a water bird?
Pelican. Flamingo.
A duck?
What about ducks?
Those goddamn ducks.
What is it about those ducks that meant so much to you?
I was sad to see him go. Oh, Jesus. Now he's gonna cry. It's always with me.
What are you so afraid's going to happen?
I don't know.
And to see your life's dream burned down.
Look at it this way. You collect the insurance. That's all.
Talking helps.
That's right.
That's right, he's right.
I'll always help you. Come on. Come on. Enough of this shit. What's wrong with you?
A simple way to go, Chris, on the Triborough Towers contract would have been nice. That's it.
Really?
She said I could sell my life story, make f***ing millions. I didn't do that. I stuck it out with you.
I'll kill you. What are you gonna do? Go Henry Hill on me now?
What do you think I have in that office? We got work to do. New avenues.
Actually, if I remember correctly, one of the real-life mobsters from Casino was like a head consultant.
He's got me locked in a nursing home. I'll
Giving,
die faster.
like, tips.
And then
like,
he won't have to
this is
drive
how
me anywhere.
we did this
Well,
job,
if his
this is how we
father
did
was still
that.
alive, you can bet your boots.
I'm not free to run my business like I want.
Oh, isn't that awful?
Just this week, your son stuck his hand in.
You're making me very upset.
I don't like to, Olivia, but I'm all agita all the time. And I'll tell you something else. Things are down, all across the board. Something may have to be done, Olivia, about Tony. I don't know.
Hi, Grandma.
Happy birthday, my big boy.
Carmela, my mother's here.
The duck's gonna come back? Or no, it'll just end. So yeah, just got finished up with the pilot episode of The Sopranos, and it was pretty good. Nothing extraordinary, like over the top, like, oh my god, this show is gonna be amazing. But it was good for a pilot. And I'm sure it's gonna get better and more plot lines will develop. There's a lot of characters that were introduced, and I'm sure there's gonna be a lot more, so it'd be very tough to fit everything into one episode, and like, this is everyone, and so I feel like they're building to something bigger slowly. Tony's got a lot on his shoulders. He's got his family, he's got his business. Poor ducks left him. And yeah, he's having panic attacks. Back then, it was like a big no-no for a man to have any sort of these like issues. Like, yeah, like he was saying earlier, you're supposed to bottle it down and keep it to yourself, but it's not good for you. And yeah, he passed out twice because of it. So now he's seeking help, and I kind of wonder now, was the Billy Crystal and Robert De Niro movie analyze this or analyze that? I forget which one was which one was the sequel. Was that based off of this? Like, I kind of get the feeling that this show will take place with Tony going to therapy, talking about his issues, and the flashbacks to, what's going on in the dark world. The vibe I'm getting so far, it could change, I could be wrong, but that's what I'm getting from it. You got the typical teenage daughter, just, doesn't want to be around home, sneaking out. Oh no, her Aspen trip. She can't go to Aspen. It's like, oh man. Some kids are just too damn spoiled. But good. No, she shouldn't go. That was such a lame cover story. She deserves it. You gotta be quicker on your feet, kid. His nephew, I forget his name, but he's obviously new to the game and wants to prove himself, make a name for himself, and he wasn't getting recognition for the little hit he did, and yeah, he was pissed about it. I don't know if I'd bring up that I'm gonna go to Hollywood and pitch my life story and basically narc out my family. Yeah, that's not something I would have brought up to him, but hey, he didn't get killed from it. I don't know if he's like the head guy or if he's like working his way up. I don't know. It seemed that his uncle said, like, you cover this area, I cover this area, but it still kind of seems like his uncle is in charge. So yeah, the whole thing with the hit at the restaurant, I can understand why his uncle wanted to take it out there. That's where the guy felt safe, wouldn't have to look over his shoulder, be his most vulnerable. But I understand Tony's side more. Like, you can't have a murder take place in a restaurant and expect business to be booming after that. So the wife should have just taken the cruise tickets. Like I said, the Region's a great line. I've done several of them. They would have had a good time and come back to an intact restaurant. Now, they burnt it down, so the hit couldn't take place there. Was it the best solution? No, but he is honestly, or was honestly, just looking out for his friend. So, kind of respect that. I am curious to see, like, how it's going to play out with that doctor and scamming the HMO and all that, whatever is going down. Yeah, screw health insurance people. Take the money back. It's such a scam here. Overall, I am excited to continue on with this show, but like I said, it really wasn't just an over-the-top pilot where I was like, oh my god, next episode, like Breaking Bad. I don't even remember how many episodes. I may have watched the whole first season in one sitting. Like, that's how hooked it got me. I'm sure things will pick up once we get to know the characters more. And yeah, there's, I think, 6 seasons of this, so they obviously do something right. And I'm sure once we get more character development, because like I said, there's a lot to be introduced, I'm sure it's just gonna blow up. Like, that's it for today. I'll be checking out the next episode soon, so if you like this video, please make sure to give it a like. And if you want to know when I release that second episode reaction, and make sure you hit the subscribe button. So until the next one, guys, thanks again for watching, and I will see you all soon.